25 minutes before 11 o'clock. It's time to find out what the professionals do when they get a call from one of us non-professionals about something that has been broken, especially in our homes, maybe our yards, our driveways, and things like that, our rooftops. And Joe Reichel is here to answer those questions. Joe, of course, is from Damage Control Services. He and his company built these studios at the Paddock Mall, put this window in here, which looks like it's been here forever, but it hasn't. It's just an amazing thing, if you think about it. Put a door where there was no door. There was a wall, and now there's a beautiful door. And it's just amazing to me.
It's an amazing thing.
It is. I mean, to you, maybe it's just every day, but to me, it's almost like magic.
It pretty much is every day, and that's what I have to constantly remind myself whenever I'm working with homeowners and people that have disasters. You know, they don't really. It's hard sometimes to visualize what it's going to look like or be able to picture it, or maybe they just don't realize that it is going to be fixed. And I know that we can fix it.
To me, as a
right,
I just don't have that talent, that skill, and even if I learned it, it would look like crap.
No,
I'd have
you
wood
could be taught.
Nails going everywhere. I'd have holes. I would have wind coming in through the house.
Speaking of, we had a neat disaster last night.
Oh, I saw the. Go ahead. Sorry, I saw your post on Facebook.
You saw that? Yeah. On Southwest 27th Avenue.
You got the call at what time?
It was 8 o'clock. 8 p.m. I got a phone call.
Oh man!
And they said, "Get over here now."
No.
Yeah, pretty much.
Was it a business?
Yeah, it's the Quick Mart or Quick King.
And what happened?
Someone had backed into the gas pump and the post that's holding up the canopy.
Oh.
So the canopy, it busted the bricks.
Oh.
On the canopy, and it was kind of like laying there, and the fire marshal was out there, and city inspectors, and they closed the pumps down. And and that's exactly it. Whenever a gas station's pumps are closed down, they're not making money. So our job was to go out there last night, secure it, clean it up, secure it. We took the one pump, worked with the guys to get the one pump out, the one that was damaged, and get everything cleaned up and ready for them to at least be able to open up the other pump.
Gasoline everywhere? Was there gasoline?
No gasoline everywhere. It was those things are pretty safe, and in fact in how they work, and it wasn't that type of a disaster. Okay. It wasn't that bad.
Okay. So, but was the canopy compromised? Was it in jeopardy of falling?
No, the canopy's okay. It's just the brick facade that was holding it up, and so Well,
that's what I saw on the photo, but I didn't know if there was something more to it than what the photo looked like it showed.
No, it was pretty simple in all reality. It was just one of the things that we had to do in order to get it opened back up today. So
the pump was the bigger job.
The pump is the bigger job. They've got to order another pump and get it out there and set up. So
you get more waves than anybody else that comes in here.
She was smiling. I smiled back. I am a friendly guy.
I know you are. I think that's awesome.
Nominated in Ocala Magazine's Best of the Best.
I voted for you.
Oh, thank you. As
I don't know who you were up against, but I voted for you.
I've got some stiff competition for this one.
Well, nothing wrong with being up against some stiffs.
Dr. Tina Chandra.
I didn't mean that, Doctor.
Tom Ingram.
Oh, I didn't mean that, Tom.
Tom Ingram. Manal Fakari. And Angie Lewis.
Oh, Bigfoot in my
Angie Lewis,
mouth.
State Farm.
Oh, man.
All very friendly people.
I should have voted for Pretty.
I would not have got that vote, would I? Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest. It was the friendliest.
Oh, yeah. Well, I did. I put a little click mark next to it. We're in there, too. But I didn't vote for us or Buddy. I didn't vote for anybody in that category.
I voted for you.
Well, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I figured it's the least I could do. I'm with you once a week. I could vote for you, right?
Yeah. Well, anyway. See, I didn't think they should put shows from the same station in the same category. I thought, well, why don't you put us up against Mr. Bob or something?
Yeah, that'd have been good.
Anyway, so you went at what time did you get home?
We left there at 11:30 last night.
That's not too bad.
No, not bad at all.
And how many people showed up? You and who else?
Me, Mike, and Rob. We had
all three of you.
Had the three of us out there last night. We didn't bring any of the guys in.
Did you need special equipment for that job?
Ladders, sledgehammer, little hammers. Pretty much that's about it.
So
no serious equipment.
What was the sledgehammer for? What'd you have to bust open?
We had to bust that brick down. We had to take the brick down.
Oh, okay. So you can't just fill in the blanks. You got to actually start over.
Yeah, we had to take it all down, and then we'll have to rebuild it back up. So.
Oh, you haven't done it yet?
No.
You'll have to. Okay, but the gas station.
See,
is
they're
open?
smiling too.
Yeah. Well, look at that. Man, I'm telling you, you got the touch.
I don't know what to tell you.
You should be our poster boy.
Let's see if we can get the UPS guy to wave. Yeah, see, we even get the UPS guy to wave.
Man, what is it? What do you got, a sign out there or something? Wave at Joe?
Wave at Joe. That would be cool. I could make one right now.
So you're pretty okay with getting that call at the odd hour. 8 o'clock's not too bad.
No, I mean we are a 24-hour day business. Disasters happen at all times.
And in this particular case, because it was a business,
right,
they needed it fixed right away.
It needed to be secured and cleaned up. And like I said, the longer their pumps are closed, the less, they're losing business because people need gas every day. So, even with homes, I found out. We had some friends of ours that had a disaster, and they come home Sunday afternoon and didn't call us, and I wish they would have called because that's what we do.
They came home after being away?
Yeah, they were gone, and
found something?
There was a water leak in their home.
Oh, man.
Yeah, water everywhere.
Plumbing that went bad?
There was a plumbing leak, plumbing leak in the wall, and
was
water
it a refrigerator
everywhere.
Thing?
No, this was just a water supply line. So, but I mean, if it's Saturday at 10 o'clock at night, or if it's tonight at 10 o'clock at night, it's going to be the same for us. We're going to get ready and go.
So how do you give yourself a break? I mean, do you and the other guys say, okay, I'm not on call right now?
Well, I mean, we don't get a lot of emergency calls. And we've got guys that work for us that we could bring in too if we need. So, it really depends on the disaster. It depends. I mean, we've had, Friday afternoon, already worked all day, and you get a call at 6 o'clock. Okay, here we go again.
I know this is super rare, but with this morning, somebody reminded us of a winter where it got to be, I think, 11 degrees here. And I think I remember one morning I woke up when I...
She waved too.
I had a frozen pipe that burst out at my pump, and it was like Old Faithful. It was just spraying up into the air. Now that doesn't happen that often where we have freezes that actually literally cause us to have problems. But you're in the business, so maybe it's happening. Just like I never knew how many trees fell into homes until I knew you. Right.
We have occasionally, not too often here, but we have had where water supply lines that are in the attic. In a person's attic, they get cold enough to freeze and cause a leak. Not so much, and the outdoor ones, but they don't typically cause problems inside a home if a pipe freezes outside. And that's why it's always good to make sure that your pipes are insulated in the home, and then ones outside the home, make sure that they're insulated or covered whenever we do have these freezing weather. So. But it does happen. Every year we'll have some sort of disaster because of a frozen pipe. So it's something that...
Man, you're a popular guy.
I didn't even initiate that one.
Yeah, she was cute.
She was cute.
Last week you were talking about you were giving advice to have a fire extinguisher in your home.
Yes.
And I guess we must have said we don't know exactly where you would get them. Well, we had a listener who said they sell them at Lowe's. I'm sure that's not the only place. But for those listeners who were thinking about it, I just wanted to mention somebody did call in and say they have them at Lowe's.
Yeah, Lowe's.
And I thought I should go get one because I don't have
Home
one.
Depot. Do you have a plan in case something happens, Larry?
Well, I'll get out, I don't know that there's not much of a need for me. I got a dog. I'll make sure I grab my dog.
Just before my show, I was listening to the radio here, and it had you have a commercial on WOCA. It says about getting a plan for disaster. You can go to floridadisaster.org.
Really?
And get a plan.
Is that yours? Is that your commercial?
It is not my commercial. It's not my commercial. But
was it on the network?
It was
Man,
on the radio right
unbelievable.
before. It was on the radio right before my show here.
For the
as
listeners,
I'm sitting here listening.
There must have been a dozen cute women so far, all waving at you.
They're not all, well.
They
there are some guys too.
One guy. Yeah, UPS.
It's been all women going into the mall.
Yeah, but you named him. You said maybe the UPS guy will wave.
Yeah, I called him out, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
He had his head down pushing a bunch of heavy boxes.
Okay. This is kind of interesting. We should take a score.
This should be.
All right, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Let's see what happens here. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, if we're not saying anything, he isn't going to look.
But you weren't saying anything to the women.
But I do like that guy's Steeler hat. Go Steelers.
He's not listening.
He's not even listening. Go Steelers.
All right.
He looked. He didn't know where he was looking at.
All right. So be prepared. You asked me if I'm prepared.
Are you prepared?
Tell me if this is prepared. I have a dog. If there's a fire, I grab the dog. I get out.
Okay.
And maybe my accordion too, and my guitar.
Well, it's good to get all that stuff.
Maybe my computer.
So you don't have a plan. You have no plan.
Well, what else would I need to plan?
Do you have a fire alarm, smoke alarm?
I do not. Wait, I take that back. I do, but I've never used it, nor do I know if it even actually works. It's on the wall. It's stuck up there. I've seen it. It was there when I bought the place.
Do you have a fire extinguisher?
I do. No, I do not, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to go get.
You need to get a fire extinguisher. Fire extinguishers are good to have.
Oh man, one didn't wave.
She was busy texting.
Yeah, maybe you. Maybe this is who's calling in right now. All right, let's go. Oh, when somebody was calling in, they disappeared. Go ahead and call back in. The number is open, 622-9622. If you have a question for Joe, we're just being dumb here.
We kind of are.
Just for a second.
Do you use space heaters in the wintertime?
No.
Good.
No. I don't trust them.
Why not?
I don't know. They look like they're full of electricity.
They are full of electricity, and that's why you need to make sure you're following safety, different safety steps and procedures. But that's a good thing to talk about.
Just because I don't use them doesn't mean you shouldn't talk about them.
We're getting into that time of the year, a little cooler weather, and people are going to start using them. And
I use blankets.
And blankets are good. Electric blankets?
No.
Oh, good.
Just regular blankets.
But space heaters cause a lot of fires. And they are something you need to be very careful when using. A lot of times people, they don't. For example, you need to make sure there's 3 feet of area around a space heater so that it doesn't catch anything on fire.
Do you know what's funny? When radio was very new, the word radio was kind of a cool word.
It is a cool word.
So they applied it to everything. Radio City Music Hall. Like Radio City, wow, what's that?
Right.
The Radio Flyer Wagon. Remember that? It's got nothing to do with radio, but they used the word just because it was cool. So when we started,
I had one.
When we started the space program, I kept seeing these space heaters, and I kept thinking, wow, a space heater. What do they use that for? Now I have one.
Now you have one.
I could have one. I don't have one.
That's kind of cool, though.
I had one, but all right, let's go to the phone.
Space heaters are good.
Good morning. You're on the air. Yeah, it's in the space station. Good morning. You're on the air.
Okay. Pretty much can hear yourself.
Did we get butt dialed? Is that what happened right there?
I don't know. That was kind of neat, though. One thing too with a space heater, you need to make sure that the outlet is snug in the wall.
That's good for anything, even for the vacuum cleaner.
Right.
Because there's one thing I hate when you get to the end of the line with the vacuum cleaner and you're trying to get that one corner and the wire is just not long enough and then the outlet pulls out.
And then you pull it out, yeah.
It's just not good stuff.
That is not good.
All right. Now I think we have a call. Now we don't have a call. Somebody's calling and then hanging up. Go ahead and call. The number is 622-9622. So you're basically, the message you're trying to tell me is to be prepared. And I'm having silly fun with you. But
floridadisaster.org. Get a plan.
Well, let me go to that site.
I did a talk. I talked about this briefly last week.
Did you get some chicken nuggets, by the
way? No, I didn't. Sure would be nice, though.
You got a picture of it on your website.
Right.
On your Facebook.
On my Facebook, yeah.
FloridaDisaster.org. Okay, I just went there. Now, finish what were you saying?
But I was talking with a bunch of homeowners last week, and basically none of them, 40 to 50 homeowners, and none of them had a disaster plan. In case of a disaster, they didn't have anything set in motion as far as what they would do in order to be prepared. So nothing set aside, no escape route, no clothing, no their medication, nothing.
But you've got 3 bags.
I have 3, yeah.
See, I've thought about this ever since you said the 3 bags. And I kept thinking, well, let me get a bag first, and then I'll start filling it up with stuff.
You probably have something that would work good enough at the house already.
Yeah.
Probably.
I got extra room in my accordion case. I could put a couple.
You could start filling in that. Start loading that up. That would be good. Because you want to take that with you anyway, right?
It's fun. It's a funny thing. It's a heavy thing. I'll tell you the truth.
Your accordion's heavy?
Nobody even knew I did accordion until we started this busking thing.
I don't know that I did.
Are you one of the candidates? I can't remember if you
Kiss the Horse? No.
Yeah, no.
I am on the board for the Marion County Literacy Council.
Right. We're being beat, by the way.
Being beeped?
Beat. We were winning.
Oh.
Now we're not anymore. Robin and I tried really hard. But
well, have you given up?
No, not at all.
Okay.
But you got some really attractive people running.
It's not all about looks, though.
Well, it wasn't 2 years ago, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you've won.
Yeah.
You know what it takes.
Had nothing to do with looks, right? All right, let's go to the phone. I think we do have a call this time. Good morning. You're on the air with Joe Reichel.
Yeah, good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
Say, I was just wondering, sitting here listening to your program and enjoying the conversation and everything. Have you ever run across a home that had a sprinkling system, a regular residential home?
That has a sprinkler system inside?
Right, for fire, right.
No, it's not something that's common yet. However, that is one thing that the new building code is stating is necessary to have in homes that they're going to be building. So any new home construction that you're going to be doing, they're going to require that you have a fire suppressant system in place. Really?
That's going to be like a law then, right?
Yes.
Would that be just like Florida, or is that going to be nationwide?
Each area has its own specifics for the building code. Pretty much a state area, and then the counties mandate what they want to do as far as a little bit more or less or whatever. Yeah. But pretty much it's going to be a Florida area for right now, as far as I know. I'm not sure about the rest of the world.
Yeah, well, I think it's I don't know how expensive it would be, but your property is your property. You want to take care of it, and 6-7 months out of the year you're shopping. You get a thunderstorm with lightning. You're acceptable for a strike and a fire. So to me that would be a wonderful thing, and I'm sure my wife being an insurance agent, that your insurance would probably be affected by something like that, as far as having a lower amount to pay.
Right, a lower premium. Yeah,
premium.
It is. It's highly likely that would help your insurance rates for sure.
Yeah.
And it is something that would protect you. The only sad thing about a sprinkler system is sometimes whenever you have a fire in a certain area in the home and the or in the building, and all the sprinklers come on.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. That's no good either. Yeah.
Right.
Not if they can figure out some kind of a deal where everything is going to be in a zone.
That could be.
Yes, but I've often thought about that, and I had brought that up to my wife several times. I said, what's wrong with having a spring? You always talk about everywhere you go in a businesses, commercial building, just about every one of them. I guess you got to have them there, and
right.
It makes sense. But why not in a private residential? It's it can't be that unsightly. You could probably hide it some way. But look at especially if you're a person like, let's say you're kind of like a snowbird and you're gone for 4 or 5, 6 months a year. It's
right.
You could save your home. home that way, you know.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely something that would be a benefit, and that's why they're looking at having them put in all of the newer homes.
Yeah, and not only that, you know, you could save lives for people that are home, and you have a fire, and you know, all of a sudden, you know, rather than burning up in your bed, you get a shower, and it saves your life. You know, I mean, it's
yeah, right. Yeah,
you know,
that's a rough way to be woken up, right?
yeah,
right.
Yeah, but at least you'd be alive, right?
Yeah. Well, let's hope that law goes through, and I really hope so, because I personally think it's a great idea.
Yeah, it is going to be something that is going into action. And I'm not sure exactly when, but they are talking about that being one of it. He waved. Hey, waved again.
Okay, you guys. Nice talking.
You.
Thanks. Enjoy your call.
All right, so while you were talking, I went to the website, floridadisaster.org. Lots of information on there, by the way.
Yes, there is.
And one of the pieces of information is the kit you're talking about and what should be in it. So real quickly, it says water, a gallon per person, food at least for 3 to 7 days per person, utensils, can openers, etc., blankets, pillows, clothing, first aid stuff, prescription medicines, special items if you have babies or elderly people, toiletries, whatever that would be. What is a toiletry? Moisture wipes. A flashlight with batteries, a radio with a NOAA weather radio. That's always good to have.
Right.
We gave away the NOAA radios for a while. We should do it again. Cash, of course. Keys, toys, books, and games for the kids. Important documents. Goodness, I don't even know where they are. Tools. Vehicle fuel tanks should be filled, and all the pet care items you'll need for your pet. I went through it real quickly. It's more detailed on the site itself.
Right. There's a lot of stuff involved in having a disaster preparedness kit.
So what in your bag? What's the toiletries? What is that?
Well, toiletries would be deodorant, soap, toothbrush, toothpaste.
But they were in the other category, weren't they? The bathroom supplies. What's the difference between bathroom supplies and toiletries?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Toiletries.
But you know what? I never thought of the important documents. Got to get that. You have them in your. One of the things.
Photocopies of the important documents.
And one of the things says videotape of all your possessions.
Right.
Now
I also have everything. All of my important documents are in a waterproof container as well.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're prepared.
I try to be.
Did you ever go through a disaster like that yourself?
No. I did whenever the
Knock on wood, right?
A
little superstition.
Whenever we had the hurricanes that came through the area in 2004 and 2005, Mike and I went down to Wauchula, Arcadia, Punta Gorda, down to that area, and helped down there. Went down several different times.
And you saw your share.
Yes. Yeah, we went down post hurricanes, and then we went down before some of the other ones come through, and got roofs that were damaged, ready to be able to withstand the storm again. So, and then we also went down for the cleanup and helping out on a continual basis there. So, whenever you are watching it on TV, you see only what the camera's showing. Whenever you're there in real life and the damage and the disaster area is everywhere you look, it changes your perspective a little bit on how you look at things and how you see it, because it's everywhere and there's no getting away from it.
Good advice. I mean, really. So
prepared people survive and are able to rebuild faster than those who are not prepared.
I remember in 2004, because I worked in the radio at that time, and I remember getting calls from people saying, should I get out of town? And I said, yeah. I mean, if you're prepared and you can just leave your house and lock it up, yeah, that would be the best deal. Just go somewhere where the storm is not predicted to be going.
Right.
And some people just left. And I remember thinking, but that's nice to be able to do that. Just to be able to leave. And you pray for the best so that when you come home, but at least you come home.
Right. Well, and that's it. If you a lot of people say, I'll just stay home because I'll stay here because it's safer for me in my home. What if it's a bad enough storm that it's not safe to stay here? You've got to be prepared to leave. Your life is more valuable than your possessions. So it's better to get out and go rather than stick around.
By the way, that last woman, no smile, but she definitely did a double take.
I wasn't even paying attention. I should have looked. If I'd have looked, she might have smiled.
I hope I'm not creating damage for you personally in your personal life in some way. We're just having fun.
Well,
yeah, that's some good information. It's something to think about. Well, anyway, I was just going to say the videotape idea must be an old idea. I mean, you nowadays could probably put it up in the so-called cloud.
Yep.
What if the cloud ever burns down? It's not really a cloud. It's a building somewhere, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm sure they have a backup to the cloud.
That's what I'm thinking. There's more than one, right? Do you use the thing? What do they call what is that thing where you can download all your stuff in case your computer fries?
A backup?
Yeah, but I mean an external one. Some of you pay $50 a year.
I do not. I probably should, huh?
What do they call it? A copper lock or something?
I don't know.
Oh well, listen. Here comes some music.
I love this song.
Do you really?
I do.
What's the name of this song?
Damage Control.
Joe, what is your phone number? Where can we get one of those magnets for our refrigerators?
My phone number is 352-817-6574, or you can reach me, Joe, at damageflorida.com.
Well, waving at you. The last lady,
I think she was waving at you.
Do you remember the show, the Facts of Life?
Yes.
Oh, got a phone call. I'm sorry, I can't talk anymore. Isn't that weird, phone call? All right, what's your number again?
352-817-6574.
Fun show, Joe.
Yes.
See you next week.
See you next week.
We'll take a little break and be right back.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala. Heard a really loud.
ABC News Now. I'm Karen Chase. Unemployment is down, but hiring has slowed down. The September jobs report shows while the overall jobless rate dipped from 7.3 to 7.2%, only 148,000 new jobs were generated. 180,000 were expected. Some analysts predict gas prices could drop to $3.15 a gallon by the end of the year, thanks to higher than expected supplies. The national average right now is $3.36. Classes are canceled for the rest of the week at a middle school in Sparks, Nevada, where students and staff are still reeling from yesterday's shooting. A teacher